What's going on, guys? So today I just wanted to show you a quick video kind of what I'm doing, and I talked a little bit about it in the last couple videos, but if you didn't know, maybe you haven't had a chance to log on to Diablo today, but patch 2.2 is out. It's finally released and it's a ton of fun, I'm telling you. So I played a bit with the Demon Hunter Natalia set, I played a bit with the Barbarian, the IK set, and for the most part though I've been playing with the Wizard, the new IK set, or I'm sorry, the new Tal Rasha set, and I'm liking it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun, so I wanted to share kind of like the build that I'm using right now, and then I'll go ahead and run a Grid Rift 36. The highest I've done on this character is like a 31 or 32, something like that, you know, with the Firebird set. I really haven't played much Wizard since, you know, even before Reaper's Souls, you know, back when CM Wizards were the thing and it was a lot of fun, but since then the meta's changed and it's kind of hard to play a wizard unless you want to play solo. But the gear I'll just go through real quick, and the skills, that way you have an idea, and then we'll jump into the Greater Rift. That way you guys can see it in action. Maybe you don't have a wizard, you know, maybe you're thinking about rolling one for season 3. I don't know. I don't think it's like OP. I think it's just a lot of fun to play, and it's something that's interesting to me. So that's what I'm going to pick for the new season, I think. I'm pretty set on it. But for the gear, and none of this is optimized, it's just crap that I find, you know, keep that in mind. But we're using Yutar's Roar, and this is a craftable weapon. It rolls cold skill damage. This one happened to be ancient, you know, decent rolls, whatever. The cold skill damage is great because Tal Rasha works off of 4 element types, so you want to try and get those. So we're running that. We're running some old Firebirds that I had. So we had the 4-piece Firebirds, and this is going to do some damage. Fire spells cause enemies to explode, and then, you know, it gives you a second life too, so it's kind of cool. Do I think it's optimized? No, I think there's going to be better stuff, but for now this is what I have, and I think it works quite well. It gives you basically 3 lives with a passive, you know, and then it gives you 400% weapon damage. When you cast fire spells, 3 enemies die, and it helps out a lot, so it's pretty good, pretty good. And then we're using the Tal Rasha set, 6-piece. So Tal Rasha 6-piece with Firebirds 4-piece. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. But this here, if you don't know how Tal Rasha works, I suggest going to Diablo fans. You can check it out more in depth and all of that. I'm hovering the mouse on it, so if you want to read it, but I'll just go through it real quick. The basic idea is the more element types that you're attacking with, the more damage you're going to do, and the more resistance to those damage types. So again, you get 4. You get Arcane, Cold, Fire, Lightning. So if you're hitting with all 4 of those, you're going to make more damage and you're going to get more resistance. So pretty good stuff. Then we're using a Royal Ring of Grandier so we can tie these sets together. And with a Reaper's Wrap, this is a very arcane hungry build. There's going to be better risks, but I rolled Arcane onto here. It's got decent crit chance, the secondary resist, and the health globes restore your resource, which is actually pretty useful. We're running that. Amulets, just crit damage, crit chance. I got fire damage on it, so you can see I have fire damage increase, arcane damage increase, and cold damage increase. Your main damage is going to be cold and arcane on this build. The fire is kind of nice though, and it also helps with the Firebird a bit. Then we're running Tal Rasha Helm, Tal Rasha Chest, Tal Rasha Belt, Tal Rasha Gloves, and then Firebird Shoulders to tie in that 4-piece with a Unity on myself and the Templar. So all good stuff. We'll go through the skills real quick. Energy Twister, Wicked Wind. This is your main damage. It costs 35 arcane power, but they just sit there, so it works great with another skill, Black Hole. I'm using the Lightning Rune, Supermassive. It basically makes a larger AoE, you can pull more stuff in, better crowd control, and decent damage. Plus that gives you your second elemental type. Our third, we're using the Hydra, Mammoth Hydra Fire. This is a really good skill, especially for Rift Guardians, because it's just going to lay out a line of fire, and it's going to constantly do damage. Plus, once your Tal Rasha timer is up, it'll go ahead and drop another meteor as soon as somebody crosses the path that it makes. It's really good. And that gives us our third elemental damage. For our defensive skill, we got Teleport, Safe Passage. You know, if you're running like T6, you can go ahead and change Safe Passage for Wormhole. but I prefer this. And like I said, at the end of this, I'm gonna go ahead and do a Grid Rift 36 to show you guys how it works. But other options that work really well and I was playing with is slow time. Slow time is really cool, especially point of no return. It stuns enemies for 3 seconds now, and you can actually cast the slow time anywhere else. So like you can cast it up here and it's going to make the bubble up here or up here, instead of when you cast slow time it's on top of you. You can actually aim the thing now and it's really cool. But I prefer teleport safe passage. Is going to help with survivability, and it's also going to move you through the rift a bit faster. So I think it's really good. Our last one, and it's going to tie our 4 elements together, is Blizzard Snowbound. The reason I'm using this, again, it's arcane hungry. So Blizzard's great with Snowbound because it reduces the arcane power cost from 40 to 10, and it's really good damage, plus it's a decent sized AoE, so you can just spam this around and basically slow all of these enemies, right? So all these enemies are going to be slowed. It's almost like a slow time. It works really well, and the damage is pretty high, 1075 weapon damage. So pretty good. The last skill we're using is Energy Armor, Prismatic Armor. I changed to this because, you know, increases your resistance to all damage types. You got 3 lives with this build, basically. So if we can keep that resistance up higher and our armor up higher, we're going to stay alive longer, right? So we're using this. For passives, we're going to use Unstable Anomaly. This will give you that extra life. That way we have 3 lives. And then for the second one, we're going to use Elemental Exposure. This ties in fantastic with Tal Rasha. This is the exact same thing that the Tal Rasha benefits from. This is a really good passive with it. And you can gain up to 20% increased damage, you know, with a setup like this with the 4 different element types, right? So it works really well. Astral Presence, again, it's going to help with our arcane. It increases your max and also your arcane regeneration. And then we got another defensive, blur, decreased damage taken by 17%. So it works pretty well. I haven't done a Greater Rift, but I have a 36 Keystone, so let's go ahead and give it a whirl. I'm going to turn off the mic and just let you guys enjoy. So catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, all that good stuff. Really appreciate the support, you guys, and hope this helps. If you guys are interested in possibly a wizard, here's a decent build. I think it can be optimized, but it's a decent build. So catch you guys in a little bit. All right. So what's up, guys? For those of you that stuck around to see the gameplay footage, I really appreciate it. And for me personally, I like to see a build and then how the thing performs, kind of how to use it and what to expect. So, that's just me, but I do appreciate it. And for all of you guys that are out there, I did speed this up 2 times to the normal speed, and a couple of reasons why. It's not to say that it's super good, because obviously at 2 times speed it looks like the build is super awesome, which I think it is pretty cool, but it's not about that. It's trying to cut the video down, and I wanted to show you the whole rift, without having a super long video, because when I make videos I try and make them like 8 to 12 minutes. I think is just right. You can get all the information you're trying to get out to everybody, but at the same time it's not so long that you're going to be bored watching it, right? And that's kind of what I try and do. But it's all about you guys. This channel's here for you. I don't make these videos for myself. I make them for you guys. So if you guys are curious about different lengths or whatever, we can make really long videos with annotations or whatever, so that you can skip to the parts you want. We can do all that. It's just kind of, I just try and get it to that 8 to 12 minute, get the majority of what you're trying to say across, at the same time not bore you. Like with most builds I could sit there and talk for 30 minutes and explain why I choose some skills and alternatives for that skill or whatever. There's so many things you can do on here that make it really difficult to try and compress into a 8 to 12 minute video. But again, it's all on you guys. So if you like where the video length is, or if you'd like it changed, I mean, leave comments. I read all of your guys' comments. So, um, leave a comment, let me know, and we can adjust from there, right? So, I just want to see everybody happy, everybody here to have a good time. So, but anyways, back to the wizard, and you can kind of see the general idea of this build. This build is a kite build, right? If you don't know what kite is, it's basically doing damage while staying a distance away to where the enemy can't do damage to you. And that's where this build strives on. I only had one Greater Rift 36 key, and when I opened it, it was this map, and this map is absolutely horrible for the Tal Rasha set. But I only had the one. We could farm some more, but we had this, and figured, what the heck, let's give it a try. And I was really amazed at what we got. The first time that I've done a Greater Rift with this build, and the gear you guys have seen, it's not optimal at all, but it worked fantastic. By the time we're done with this, we're gonna have like 5 to 6 minutes left in the Rift. I really think we can go much higher. I just figured 36 was a pretty good like starting point, right? But yeah, it worked fantastic. I was really excited. I really love the way that the new wizard feels, especially the Tal Rasha set. I'm really having a lot of fun. So I don't think it's going to change the way that the 4-player, top 4-player Greater Rift leaderboards are going to work. I think it's still going to be 2 Demon Hunters, 1 Crusader, 1 Witch Doctor, but I think a little bit below that there's going to be opportunities for Wizard and even Barbarian. Barbarian's really strong too. But I'm really excited to play this. I really like the way it feels, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully you found this useful, entertaining, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked, please leave a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later.